Researchers studying magnet to sensation have determined why some soil-dwelling roundworms in the southern hemisphere move in the opposite direction of Earth's magnetic field when searching for food. Let's just stop there for a moment and then determine uh, whether we have a clause and how they connect with the next one. First of all, researchers would be the subject, and the verb would be the have determined. In other words, the bare bone sentence would be researchers have determined, and then we have a dependent clause. Why some soil-dwelling roundworms would be the subject. In the southern hemisphere would be the prepositional phrase that you will not likely to find the verb or subject, and I do see the move here. Okay, move in the opposite direction of Earth's magnetic field when searching for food. So clearly we have subject and verb. It's a clause. If you continue, in the northern hemisphere, the magnetic fields point down. The field points down. And then in the southern hemisphere, it points up toward. So I'm gonna also circle the prepositions that are parallel, like into and toward. And notice how sentence structure. We do have a compound sentence since we have a subject and verb after that blank, subject and verb, and subject verb. But we have what's that called? The coordinate conjunction with the comma. So it's independent clause with the independent clause connected by the comma and the conjunction. When you have clause, 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 you don't want to keep going on and on. And off the bat, you can easily eliminate the answer choices. If you choose choice B, you have a comma splice. It's a comma splice because you cannot connect the comma and expect all this to be continuously flow. Okay. You can have a period and start a new sentence, or you can have a coordinate conjunction again, but I'm not seeing any of them in B, C, and D. And you think D might work? The D is not the while is not the coordinate conjunction, so C is also out. And I'm not even seeing semicolon at the worst. And D is also run-on sentence. So C and D are both run-on because if you write it that way, we expect the author of the sentence to just jam the sentences without proper punctuations or proper break, and that will be grammatically incorrect. So that leaves us with the choice A, and the reason why A is the correct answer is that we have a colon that gives a further explanation why some soil-dwelling roundworm move in the opposite direction, okay, of Earth's magnetic field. And it says that here. So after we have a colon, and the northern hemisphere versus southern hemisphere, and the direction in which it's moving, point down, point up, and then specific direction into the ground or toward the surface away from the food sources. You see that all parallel structure to be compared. Therefore, the column will summarize the answer to why some soil-dwelling roundworms would move in opposite direction.